Napa, I'm still the #1.
But has Britain's #1 ranked bantamweight still got what it takes to rip the Lonsdale belt from vicious punching young Gary Davies?
You'll see a different Gary Davies, and a Gary Davies who'll be fired up, sharp, razor sharp, variety of shots that you've never seen.
I'm out to claim what's mine, you get me? I've been training hard. I've been around this game for too many years.
The skillful Londoner lost his European title in March, and at 31 needs a victory here.
After my last fight, I was a bit down. Felt sorry for myself, but dug myself out a little hole, and I'm back, and I just want to do what I've got to do.
Davies is the fighter on the rise, and he's stopped his last 4.
Gary Davies is the new British bantamweight champion.
But does he have the power to neutralise the slick former champion?
Late on stoppage to Team Davies, definitely.
I'm going to win this title, 100%.
He's confident. What about this man, Gary Davies, making the first defence of his title? Exciting, 7 knockouts in 9 wins. He's stopped his last 4 opponents. We know all about Ian Napa, former holder of this belt, real craftsman, picks his shots well, former European champion as well. Enjoying the action from round 1.
Seconds out, round 1.
Gary Davies defending. It's a hard-looking match for the hard-hitting Northwest fighter. He's in with a much more experienced and technically efficient Ian Napa. He has the youth and the fire and the knockout ability, though, Davies. Napa with the seasoning and all that knowledge and the defence. But is it as good now as it once was? Terrific match, Jim.
It is a great matchup. I'm sure Davies knows that he has to jump on Ian Napa. He can't box from a distance. Napa knows too many tricks, so he has to impose himself, has to jump right up close, do whatever it takes to get close and punch 3 and 4 at a time. Single punches against a counter puncher, waste of time. Sure, he knows all of that.
The swagger and confidence of the amiable Hackney man as he came to the ring. Obviously feels he'll know far too much for a much more novice-y type of fighter in Davies, who's only in his 13th outing.
Davies has thrown a couple of decent-looking jabs already. So if you can get the jabs off at full length without committing yourself, you're not open to the counter. So if he can use his reach, this is a good start from Davies. Positive.
Yeah, he'll be fresher, maybe more ambitious at this stage. It was a big defeat in March for Ian Napa. He didn't really turn up, said he overtrained against Malik Bouzian, but never got into that, and his European title slipped away.
You know, I think Bouzian was a lot more difficult to beat than people give him credit for. He was a bit of a nightmare. He didn't commit himself, and Napa needs people to commit themselves. Well, I'm sure this man will oblige tonight. Quite impressed with the start Davies has had here, looking very sharp.
A whip over a left hook. 3 shots from Napa. He can tuck up on the ropes. But he's electing to meet Davies in the middle of the ring in this first round. Right from Davies, it is a good start from the current champion.
Well, he looked very fired up there while the announcements were being made, Davies. I think he's very, very proud. I think he's an emotional guy, and I think he's very proud of being champion. And he won't be easily dislodged. He gives you the impression he's the kind of guy who will give it everything when it gets tough. He'll give it more.
He is emotional, a cheeky, chirpy character. Gary Davies, good to have him around. It means a great deal to him. He's finally beaten the boxing politics to become a British champion, and a good start.
5.
This might come down to experience and knowledge. The 214th round of Ian Napa's 11-year career, only the 53rd for Gary Davies. He's been around since 2002. He's had times out of the sport. Just found some momentum recently. Right hand from Ian Napa, though. A tough first defence for Davies.
See, Davies has started with the tactics that have surprised me. Maybe it's the fact that it's over the 12 rounds. He doesn't want to come out blasting, which is maybe a good plan. But you don't want to be chasing things. You don't want to fall behind against Ian Napa, because he knows all the tricks, when to coast, when to dig in. And his work's looking good now, Napa.
He's gone down to the ribs, Ian Napa. And back up to the head. It'll be beautiful to watch at times. Maybe even the flyweight division early in his career was too much for him. He was a natural light flyweight at 5'1". He's had to box out of his weight class. He's a good fighter. Nice right hand from Gary Davies.
Yeah, he doubled it too.
7 knockouts in his 9 wins. But Ian Napa has a rock-solid chin.
See, Napa knows now, you know, to take a grip of the pace now. Just making Davies work every second now, just staying on him.
He's finding holes and gaps as well, Napa. So good at that. Just under the left elbow, again, targeting that area.
And stepping right up after an exchange. He's the one who steps right up again. He doesn't need the breather.
Only 1 knockout on the Napa record. That retirement from Lee Haskins. But he did have Martin Power rocking and rolling around the ring, and Lord Nicky Booth early in his career. He's sharp enough, and that right hand was good. Does Davies know enough?
Well, he's certainly keeping the rounds close. Nice body shot from Napa. Still seeing the classy punches, the classy moves from Napa. Lovely.
He's growing in confidence as well, Ian Napa. He believes he's beyond this level. Lovely shooting right hand from the fist of the tiny Hackney Bantamweight. Yeah, really good round that for Ian Napa. And Gary Davies shakes his head.
Just think, yeah, don't worry. Don't blow your nose. Don't blow your nose. One, two.
Gary, your rounds again.
That's how you run that round, definitely.
Easy, Gary. I told you wouldn't have it all your own way with it. Nice and clever.
Gary, you scored it, kid.
I'm saying take some water on board. Don't blow your nose, mate.
Yeah.
See, when there's a nosebleed, you don't want to blow the nose. Believe it or not, it can have an effect on the eyes. It can actually close your eyes if you blow the nose with a nosebleed. So you just let the blood flow. Just let it come out. They'll probably put the adrenaline swab up there if it doesn't stop.
10 seconds, corners. Seconds out, round 6.
Yeah, relaxed, calm and composed red corner, the red and black of Ian Napa, straight back on the attack. Gary Davies with the nosebleed, which will affect his breathing as well. It's just these little things that he hasn't experienced, but he'll give it everything.
I just wonder how Davies will cope if things go against him. He looked a little bit despondent when they get back to the corner. You don't want to see fighters who are well in a fight shaking their head because maybe they don't think they've won a round. So I wonder, does he have confidence that it's easily dented? I mean, he's brave enough, we know that. We know he'll give it his best shot. But you need that confidence. You need to really believe you can come out on top.
Matthew Edmonds had some moments in their British title match as John Keane just gets a bit of loose tape off Napa's left glove. But he found the answers in the 7th round. For a different proposition though. Keeping his boxing together, neat and tidy in Napa. Not wasting much, lovely feints like that.
Yeah, and it can be so frustrating. And even when you do catch Napa, he just takes the shot and gets on with the job. Never gives you the pleasure of thinking that you've made an impression on him. That's all down to experience too. This is a good little battle, this.
Oh, found a couple there. Here, Napa on the right hand. Shakes Gary Davies. Defence wide open in the 6th.
See, Davies is letting the macho thing come in now. He's been pinned and he wants to blaze back again. When maybe you should be stepping back, getting your head clear. Beginning to make mistakes now that he wasn't making earlier.
Yeah, he's finding the timing and accuracy in Napa and proving maybe it was a blip in March. Maybe Bouziane was difficult to look good against. There's still the class in the fists of the 31-year-old.
He's bringing punches from different angles now. Napa punches that Davies didn't see in the first few rounds. He's always able to change things around. Davies standing his ground a bit more easy to hit. So Napa will be enjoying this now.
That uppercut he whistled through about 30 seconds ago was a lovely punch, and the right hands and the nose continues to bleed. This is really going to test the Davies heart and spirit, because he is losing the technical battle.
Well, look at the differences in the defences. Napa so tight, Davies becoming more open as it goes along. A lot of the rounds have been close because especially the early stages when they both were sharp, good defensively. But Napa looks the more polished, the more professional. And I think that this is a place where Davies hasn't really been before. And Napa's been here several times. So he just seems to cope with it a little bit better, or a fair bit better.
Unknown territory for Gary Davies, but he'll have worked ever so hard under his close-knit camp. He's a good amateur himself, on 48 of 56 bouts. Shame it's taken him so long to come through. Trying to match the boxer. Did well to block that body shot, Davies. And a good jab there.
He's actually doing well at the moment, Davies. He's finding a little bit of space now, not allowing Napa so close, which is good. He's getting punches off, he's getting out of there. Napa needs to get close to be effective. This is better from Davies. Will he sustain it?
It's a good left hand though from Ian Napa. He was open to that, Davies.
He'll come back with a decent pumping right hand of his own up close there. Yeah, more movement from Davies now, not allowing Napa to get close and set himself for the punches.
Gary Davies was saying in the build-up that Napa's last couple of fights, he just stands there like a Christmas tree and doesn't move. He's done anything but that tonight. Still flashy work from Napa, but the work rate of Davies, impressive.
Yeah, and the little switch in tactics from Davies, just not allowing Napa up close. And when he is close, he's not giving him time. He's getting back out of there before Napa sets anything up. Good work there from Napa.
Lack of head movement from Davies. But he's back on his feet, gliding around the ring.
Again, I don't think this is the way Davies wants to box. But when the title's at stake, then whatever it takes to win, that's what you do.
But he's learning plenty in there as well, Gary Davies. Good uppercut.
Well, that's a sign of confidence that he can lead with the uppercut. I thought that was a good round for Davies.
just keep it tidy again. Don't take any chances, Gary, with it. Just stick to your boxing, okay? You're proving them all you can box now.
Don't blow your nose.
No one give you the chance of boxing. I'm boxing now. Come on, we're doing well. Keep it going.
He's proving he can box as well tonight, Davis. Win or lose, I think he'll come on from this.
Yeah, well, he waved his fist at the end of that round, so I get the impression that he needed a round that he really felt that he had won, just to get his confidence where it wants to be. But his tactics were good. He didn't allow Napa to get close in that round. See all his work done at long range. That was the nice little burst from Napa midway through the round. And Napa has to find a way back up close again.
Seconds out, round 9.
This is interesting, this British Bantamweight title fight, and it might be close on the cards of the 3 judges. And this little swings, shifts. Gary Davis boxing a different type of fight than we thought he might. Ian Napa getting through with good punches, but occasionally just going off the boil. This is better from Napa.
Yeah, I think Napa realises he has to up the pace, try to take the initiative a bit more than he did in the previous round. He was moodying his way in just gradually. I think he realises he's going to have to step right up there to get close and get some punches off. Good with the jab in this round, Napa.
Right hand from Davis. Honed his skills on the St Helens club alongside Martin Murray, the unbeaten middleweight, who's doing really well, and Stephen Birch. Right counter from Napa though.
See, Davis has gone back to what he was doing in the previous couple of rounds, standing his ground. I wonder why moving around worked so well.
And these rights from Napa, as we've said, not a big puncher, but they're clean and they're getting through. They might be having an effect on the legs of Davis.
And being out-jabbed can be a little bit demoralising when it's a smaller man who's out-jabbing. There's that jab again, Napa, timing it so well here.
He's giving away about 6 inches in reach here, Napa.
I just think the experience over the 12 rounds is going to be so crucial in this one. Davis still looking very lively, very strong. But Napa seems to know when to raise the pace, when to drop it, just how to do enough to win a round without doing too much. The jab again.
Yep. You wanted him to up the tempo, and he has, Ian Napa. It's as if he might have a round off every now and again, but he saves something. It's that knowledge of the 12-round championship distance that Davis doesn't have. But guts and desire and ambition, he has plenty.
And the way he rolled behind the shoulder there, Napa, not quite Floyd Mayweather Jr., but pretty impressive. Lovely defence.
Headshots from Napa, who's regained the initiative here in the 9th. And that nose bleeding again for Gary Davis, and wild with his own hooks. Oh, that's lovely from Napa. That's a good round of boxing from that.
Seconds out, round 11.
11th round. Gary Davis is looking a tad more tired, and Ian Napa with the freshness. Incredible, really, for a 31-year-old. And then he wrote off after the European title loss, proving there's life left in him.
You see, Napa doesn't wind anything up. You know, the punches flow, lovely natural rhythm. So he doesn't use up the same energy in getting punches off. You can see at times Davis a little bit tense, you know, winding the shots.
Loading up with the left hook, Gary Davis. Being out-jabbed there by Napa, the smaller man. That must be so frustrating for Davis.
little right hand from Davies. He's been sent out to win the last couple of rounds. He's trying to do it. Oh, lovely uppercut from Napa. I mean, real quality. That was a sickener of a punch. You can see the way Davies had to walk back from that one. This would be a good time for Napa just to put his foot on the gas, because I think he has Davies totally confused at the moment.
Yep, nice right hand. There's been a couple of moments through this fight where you thought maybe Davies would wilt and it will all untangle.
He's shown so much character though, Davies. I mean, this was always going to be a tough job for him. He's been
big left hand and a right as well. And how Davies stayed on his feet in the gain. And there's over a minute left in the 11th. And Gary Davies looked like he was ready to go. Can Napa find the punches?
And if he had gone on the defensive there, usually when you're hurt, I suggest go on the defensive, but if he had done that, I think Napa would have pounced on him, so he just had to stick with it. And full credit to Davies, he's done it. Tremendous character he showed there.
Unbelievable spirit from Gary Davies. Oh, but Napa finding the class late on here. Left hook, hurt Davies.
The impact of these punches showing in the legs now, the tired legs of Gary Davies. He is really sagging under this onslaught now. Loads of courage, but he's sagging with the clean punches that land now. Dangerous signs for him.
There's a real ragged look to Gary Davies. I'm sure so many people would like to see him hear the final bell. He's got through the 11th, but only just.
It's all on this last round. If you lose this last round, you lose the fight. They've just told me.
Ready? How big a round is going to be, Gary? How hard do we work to get this title shut short? Career in that. Ready? Chance, Gary. We need this, Gary.
Worrying signs in that 11th.
Very worrying signs. The punches, for the first time, you can see the impact in Davies' legs. He's tired, and I don't think that there's anything in the tank to get him back into this again. Look at that. I mean, how cleanly Napa's landing these shots. Full credit to Davies. He keeps coming forward.
You concentrate.
You have the socks.
Win the last round. Even if you've got to take him on, win the last round.
That's how big.
And you've won the fight if you do. 3 minutes.
Well, they're fueling him up, Gary Davies, for a real hurrah in the last. But he was so close to being stopped in the 11th. Finding something in the legs, but Napa just waiting to pounce with the clean counters.
Well, on my card, Napa has moved into a healthy lead, 4 points up. Lot of rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some of the judges have it closer than that. But I still feel Napa will be ahead on the cards.
11 out of 10 in terms of determination and effort from Gary Davies. No questions about that. Nothing to be ashamed about if the British title is to go back down south. But surely it's heading that way. Napa rejuvenated.
He had Napa in the corner that time, but he was swarming over him, not allowing him to come up with the cute counters. I look at the character Davies is showing here. This is tremendous. Just shows the condition that he has coming back from the 11th round. He looked as though everything had been knocked out of him. Tremendous effort from him here. Well, they say in a title fight you don't want to go home with a half full tank. You want to give it everything, and that's what Gary Davies is doing all the way through, especially in the last round. Full credit to him.
Yep, hats off. Tough training regime. He does 4 hours every morning, Gary Davies, and into the nights too, 6 days a week. But the class of Ian Napa, the levels of the two fighters, just proving a hurdle too much for this courageous St Helens boy.
Well, Napa's coasted a bit in the first couple of minutes of the round. Does he feel that he's comfortably in front? I have him comfortably in front, but never take anything for granted here. Tremendous effort from Davies. Napa just coasting a little bit. So, never, as I said, that's one of those energy-sapping punches again.
Still, Davies continues to fight fire with fire. A monumental championship defence from Gary Davies. But like you, Jim, I've got Napa winning by a good few sessions. 3 judges at ringside. It will come down to if there's not some late drama in this engaging affair.
I'm astonished that Davies has come back with this last round when you see how he looked at the end of the 11th. I mean, what determination, what character is shown here. Tremendous, have to admire him.
Lovely punch from Ian Napa. They hug. John Keane applauds. He hardly had to do anything. It was a clean, honest, hard-fought British title affair. And in our eyes, Ian Napa has regained the title, but Gary Davies will go home with his head held high. Not official, of course, but you can see the statistics, Jim. It's the quality of Napa.
Yeah, that was the thing. Lots of close rounds which you could have seen one way or the other, but the feeling and the taste you've got of the whole fight at Napa was just that little bit too experienced and too clever. Davies got off to a tremendous start. His tactics surprised me, possibly surprised Napa as well. Using the ring, picking up the rounds. Napa started to work his way into things a bit more relaxed towards the middle rounds, and he was digging in the body shots, and then you could start to see the real clean punches coming from Napa, the impressive shots that Davies couldn't seem to match. But he matched them in most departments tonight, certainly will to win, work rate. But just a lot of the rounds were just the cute stuff coming from Napa. He's just making them miss and popping with a counter. Then the 11th round, I mean, you wondered at times what kept Davies on his feet. Then a bigger surprise, he comes out in the 12th round and a Macab wins the round. Tremendous, doesn't deserve to lose a title, but unfortunately I believe he has. You can see I have him losing with 3 points. Be interested to see what the judges feel.
Both have their hands raised, but who's got it?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to your judges' scorecard, where we have Marcus McDonald scores the contest 115 points to 114 points in favour of Napa. Howard Foster scores the contest 114 points to 114 points, a draw. And Dave Parrish scores the contest 116 points to 112 points to your winner by a majority decision. And once again, British Bantamweight champion from Hackney, Ian Napa.
They're quite close on the cards. Respect and credit to Gary Davies, but Ian Napa regains his British title, and I bet he'll sleep with the Lonsdale belt like he did a couple of years ago when he won it first time around. Well done.
I really feel good because I've been so down since I lost the European title, and you know, like all kind of things were going through my head, but you know, I'm so happy to have done it. But I know my kids are watching out there. Daddy's coming back with it. Aye!
Brave effort from Davies. Were you surprised he didn't attack you more, that he came out looking to box?
You know what with people, what they're going to realise, that my boxing ability is like, I've got world-class boxing ability, because I don't feel like I need to run around, do all this madness on the ring. I could fight in the ring, and I could fight on the ropes. Like, I just saw like I was fighting on the ropes. I didn't even go into second gear too hard. You know what I mean? I was just picking my shots. I said to Brian, I could win this just by relaxing and staying in the middle of the ring. Like, I didn't really feel like I needed to like go crazy, like, because everyone knows that I throw good body shots, so everyone's kind of aware of that. That's why they're starting to box me and doing a lot of movement. So you know what I mean? I've got to be patient, just like at the start. I mean, I thought a bit rusty, but I'm only going to go from that to better. You know what I mean?
Like, want to carry on defending the British title or go for your old European belt?
European. I would like to go for European, but another thing, I mean, like, my trainer don't agree with me, but I thought about dropping that super flyweight and giving it a good go. You know what I mean? But that's something I'll think about, you know what I mean? Something that's been going through my mind for a while.